Hello, hello. This is the My Artifact episode number 2992, and today's date is 12th of January 2024. It's almost like a morning at 9:26 a.m. Yesterday I did record Artifact episode, but I haven't really record Artifact episode properly. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, just like what exactly happened regarding about the project. Okay, let's talk about the project the last project that I uploaded. Public, title, thumbnail, everything is good. Video is good. Everything is good. At this moment, I get 3 or 4 views. One comment as also that yeah, whatever. Comment about your content is really good. Why don't you have that many subscriber, वगैरह वगैरह. I will be. I will. Okay. What is actually what should I supposed to say? Okay, so should we jump into the question directly? Yeah, let's just jump into the question. Okay, so question is what's what? Sorry, little bit of sardi. Okay, so question is 2015. Sorry, 115. What is the most boring superhero you can come up with? Okay, so most boring superhero. I from my point of perspective, superhero should supposed to be kind of like a something really dashing, kind of like a something really have very good powers and things like that. But somehow I just realized that ki superhero is just not meant to be kind of like a something really powerful just because of that ki he is a superhero. No, let me explain to you what is exactly what I'm trying to tell you. So there is a Superman in 1952. Okay, and there is a Superman at this moment. So can you elaborate the difference between the Superman in 1952 and Superman in 2020 or 2000 at this moment? So basically, in almost like a 1952, at that moment, superhero was black and white. He wears some sort of like a underwear above the costume. It was really pathetic. His power is not really that much cool, and like we don't really like when we see some when at this moment when we see that superhero we will laugh that ki, who the fuck is that superhero. But when we see Henry Cavill as a superhero, Henry Cavill, like not specifically as Henry Cavill, but basically when we see the Superman at this era, new age of superhero, Superman, we actually feel that ki, yeah, he is a superhero, like he is a Superman, he is had like a power and he has so many things. Like basically, the movie named Man of Steel is a Superman movie. In that movie, we can easily understand that ki how amazing power he was. Like basically after the Man of Steel I haven't really seen any kind of like a superhero who has that kind of power, and not only kind of like a something really, but the execution of he is a superhero, it's meant to be that ki how he interact to the surrounding the way that he punched to the enemy, how does enemy feels. Like it is actually different. Like basically in 1952 when Superman punched the enemies actually fall at the ground. Yeah, but in new generation of Superman, when he punched the enemy, The enemy is not just a falling ground, he just like a fly, almost like a couple of meter, and then it falls. And everything is actually happened so fast that you just feel like that, wow, what the fuck is this. It's kind of like a something really very crazy thing, really really crazy. Like basically all those things are happened at simultaneously. Like there is a one scene that I remember in the Man of Steel, that ki, there is a two kryptonite who wanted to attack the Superman's mother. Okay, then Superman is try to defend her mother. So the scene was so amazing. The everything is actually happened was super amazing. The fast, the pace, the action, the everything is actually destruction. It felt like that kid's a superhero. Like basically it doesn't really fuck anything. Like वो पूरा का पूरा ट्रेन का इंजन उस पर like लगाने पर भी he didn't really feel anything at all. So this is kind of like a when we feel when we see the superhero, when we see the Superman. Okay, so question was that ki which superhero are is kind of like a something really boring. So from my point of perspective, uh, which superhero is bit really boring is kind of like a something really a wrong question. Yeah, like a like a the superhero became boring is because of the execution of that superhero. Okay, like basically at this moment, if your execution is really right, then you can be feel as a normal human is a kind of like a something really a big superhero. Just an example is that ki the Batman. Okay, Batman doesn't really have any superpower. Okay, but at this moment when we see Ben Affleck as a Batman, we actually see that he is kind of like a something really as a Batman. Okay, not as a Ben Affleck. I'm not actually giving you full credit to the Ben Affleck. I'm actually giving you full credit to the execution team, that they decided that how should Batman look like on the screen, and this is what they portray on the screen. Okay, but there is a some sort of lack of execution. Because of lack of execution, some superhero might feel little bit of kind of like a boring, kind of like a little bit of laugh, kind of like a something really that can not feel good. And the recently I have an example, a Flash. Yeah, Flash, like basically in 2023 movie, a Flash was the Flash was really pathetic. Like the Flash doesn't really look good. It just I don't know, it doesn't really like, I didn't really like this Flash. Okay, and uh, and I didn't really blame actor who actually played this character as a Flash. No, I actually blame the execution team. That I'm actually blaming the vision of the director. Like basically, vision of the director is really important. That ki how should he supposed to show the Flash to the screen? It is really matter. That makes it that people believe that he is kind of like a something really superhero or not. Okay, so they're like a just an example is that ki when the Flash is running, it's kind of like a feel that ki he is running on treadmill. Yeah, but in the X-Men universe there is a kind of like a similar power of superhero name, uh, I don't know, I forgot the name. Okay, but he runs exactly the fast as Flash. Okay, like Flash can run even more faster, but he's kind of like a something really run so much fast. But the execution of that character was so incredible that people loves it. The speedster from the X-Men Apocalypse, that when he run, everything is slow down, and that looks so cool, really so cool. Like everything is slow down, the explosion, the everything, the firing bullet was happening so slow. And basically I'm actually kudos to the creative team who actually execute that character so well, that that scene, that speedster scene became kind of like a something really very famous scene. Okay, and basically having the power that you can run so fast is so cool. The execution is has to be kind of like a something really very good. But in the Flash movie, they just kind of like a something really just just like a flush in the toilet, like a, like you can do lot of really good execution thing with the Flash, but they didn't really did it. They kind of like a make it kind of like a something really, a Flash is running on treadmill and it looks so pathetic, really pathetic. Yeah, I never really seen a fastest man alive can run. I don't know, the image I can't get rid of in my brain was like really not good, really not good. Yeah, so I think that key uh, the most boring character, boring superhero that I know is kind of like a something really depend on the execution thing. Okay, if the execution, if the director has a kind of like a something really very good vision regarding about the Flash, then they could make it Flash really amazing, and that superhero will not be a boring. But at this moment, the movie is released, and the and actually the Flash is kind of like a something really, I'm not saying boring, but it looks really pathetic. It looks like it doesn't kind of like I'm actually not giving, like basically when you portray this character as a Flash, you can lower the credibility of the Flash, that what Flash can do. Okay, like there is kind of like a something really very good example of Flash. There is a TV series of the Flash. Yeah, it's a TV series too, and in that TV series, the Flash was really incredible. They don't really have that many resources regarding about that VFX and graphics and everything, but we actually understand that what is exactly Flash and what is exactly his backstory and what is exactly his powers, execution. Like basically, they from the day one, they always know that they didn't really have kind of like a some sort of budget so that they can execute kind of like a Flash like thing, like everything is very slow. It required kind of like, it required so much, the required it required so much thing required for um, like um, like basically VFX and things like that. And from the TV Flash, they don't really have that many budget, but they make it so beautiful that Flash doesn't make kind of like a something really, or wear a costume and become a Flash. No, they actually uh, portray a image of a Flash that he is a kind of like a something really very smart. He is a kind of like a something really very detective mindset, and he's also lots of, he can solve the crime without using his costume, and it's really beautiful. Okay, the important thing about the superhero is meant to be kind of like a, how they execute their character. Yeah, so that's why I think that Flash is really boring character from my point of perspective at this moment. Maybe a year after they actually make another movie about the Flash, and that Flash was so incredible, then my point of perspective will be changed. But at this moment, I could say Flash. But if I'm kind of like a something really point out that uh, execution thing na, execution wise this character, then there is a lot of superhero. I think that there is a lot of superhero like Shazam. Okay, Shazam is also kind of like a something really very nerd kind of like a superhero, but yeah, he's also really good. Okay, like basically not just, there is a one image that actually stand out across the all superhero, that Man of Steel of Spider-Man, sorry, Man of Steel of superhero, sorry, Man of Steel of Superman. Like when I already seen the execution style of the Superman can do in Man of Steel, then every character I should supposed to be expect that this kind of like execution should supposed to be happen with the all the superhero, but they didn't did it. Okay, so I don't know, but I like it. I like it. Yeah, at this moment, and yeah, if I'm not like a one of the kind, like I am actually very big fan of superhero. Like I used to, from couple of years since the end game, after the superhero craze went over, it doesn't really people get interested. And yeah, I also agree with that thing, because the Marvel is a kind of like a something really something really that who can create the superheroes. Okay, so he creates some of the very amazing superheroes marvels that like I won't be able to forget, like I won't be able to imagine another character for that act, for that kind of like a something really role. Okay, like a Wolverine, if I say the Wolverine, I always admire, I always kind of like a something really think that Hugh Jackman was a really really perfect role, and he is. The way that he execute from the years of movies, and it's just like Hugh Jackman was kind of like a something really a Wolverine. He meant to be a Wolverine. Okay, if I say Iron Man, then Robert Downey Jr. There is a no actor who is actually kind of like a like I don't know. Robert Downey Jr. is a Robert Downey Jr. He meant to be Iron Man, and he is Iron Man, and he kind of like a something really like really big person in the Marvel. Not only the Marvel, but kind of like a something really in superhero businesses. Okay, Captain America, dude, like a from like I don't know. This character doesn't really have any superpower. This character doesn't really have anything at all. Nothing really at all. Not this is nothing in front of superhero. Instead of Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America is, and basically the name of this character is also kind of like a something really very cringe. But the way that they execute the Captain America in the movie, I am became fan of that character, dude. Like really legit, the way that he fight, the way that he run, the way that he use his shield, dude. And trust me, na, the value of that character, the value of that role is fully depend on the vision of the director and the what they wanted to show their character, how it looks like. And trust me, just like that, now I never really expect that Captain America would be that kind of like a something really a big person, but he is a big person. And basically how they make a big person is that yeah, he is kind of like a something really responsible. He is a Captain America, he's a captain of entire superhero team. So I really love it, dude. I really really like it. Yeah, but from my point of perspective at this moment, yeah, I think Flash is kind of like something really very boring character. Yeah, boring superhero might be. Okay, next question. What would be some of the downside of certain superpowers? Okay, downside of certain superpowers. Okay, so having a superpower is a really good. Like you can do lot of things with a snap of your finger. Yeah, like some people could kind of like a thing that like if I'm example that I am a kind of like a something really a Superman. No, Superman was really big character. Okay, if I'm just saying that I am a kind of like a something really having a superpower of a, okay, let's just say Superman. Okay, like I can't get rid of that the character of the superhero Superman. Okay, so as a Superman, okay, if I am a Superman, so I always imagine that I could fly. Like literally at this moment, if I have that power, I could fly. I could fly the entire city. I could fly. I could just, I don't know, just like that. Now there is a one power do I need from the Superman, and there is a one power that I need is a just a fly. I just want to fly. Okay, and like basically I fly before, yeah, like I fly in the airplane, but it doesn't kind of like a something really giving you like fly means like that now. Like let me tell you one thing, when you run, you actually when you run, you actually facing the kind of like a things in front of you, the air and the debris and all those things, and for the running required effort, and you are putting your effort, and basically you can feel the wind. It's kind of like a something really your entire body is tired, but you actually feel really good because you are running. Okay, you can get the disturbance, you can get the resistance from it. Okay, this is exactly that I wanted to feel when I will fly. I don't know, like as a human won't be able to fly, but when as a human will fly, yeah, when we have that kind of like a technology that humans can have a kind of like a something like booster rocket in their in their legs so that they could fly, whatever it might be, kind of like something really way 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 forward technology. But it's just like that now, when I would fly, I could actually expect that I feel a wind. Because of wind, I my my cheek gets kind of like a something really flappered because of the wind, because of the blow of the wind, and I could feel that the fastness of that flying. I just wanted to feel that. Yeah, being a superman, I just want that. But yeah, if I could be a superhero, then what could be my downsides? What could be that kind of like a something really that key, not good supposed to be? Yeah. So from upper layer of that human eyes, we could see that ki there is no limitation, there is nothing rule. Like you are a superman, you can do anything at all. Yeah, that is really good. But it's just like that na ki there is a one quote that I could say it's kind of like a something really very important, and it actually work on the real life too. Okay, so this quote is not actually a quote. This actually kind of like a something really a dialogue from the movie named Spider-Man. A great power comes with a great responsibility. That dialogue is actually says by the Ben Parker, who is the uncle of Peter Parker, and Peter Parker is a Spider-Man. And that is really true. Okay, like having a power comes with the responsibility is really important thing. Like basically is that key, if you could say that key PM, a prime minister of a specific country, has a kind of like a so many power on in entire country, right? But actually he has a lot of responsibility that he has to run the country to the right way, and that is most difficult thing. Okay, and being a superhero, being kind of like a something really superman, you have a responsibility to kind of like a something really sort out the crime, sort out that thing, sort of lot of things. Okay, because you are not just become just a superman just because kind of like a you just say and no. Okay, for required for you to become a superman or whatever it is, you have so many responsibility that you have to do this, you have to do that do that. Okay, you don't really understand the gravity of that thing at the early stages when you became a superman. But when you are became a superman, then you realize that you have that this kind of like a, some certain power. And if you decided that you wanted to be stay in that particular planet for entire life, then you have a, some sort of responsibility that yeah, you have to do this. And fulfilling that responsibility is really difficult. Okay, it doesn't really require a full, it doesn't really require that key you how much power you have. It requires that key how much potential that you have, that key how much you can bend yourself to fulfill or complete that responsibility. Okay, and basically I'm not saying that it actually happened with just the people who has a superpower. No, it happened with the people who has a power too, like a prime minister, chairperson, chairman, whoever the person who is actually has a position to lead some certain people. They have a kind of like a responsibility to lead everyone in a right direction, which is kind of like a something really very difficult, because as a human is a very fragile person. Okay, he meant to be kind of like a something really mistake, he meant to be kind of like a do some sort of shit things. Okay, but as a person who is actually kind of like a as a leading position, or as a kind of like a something really people can see at that moment, you won't be able to do any kind of like a something really mistake. If you did mistake, then it's kind of like a something really lack of responsibility. People could say a lot of things because we are living in the free world, and people could say a lot of things about you because you are in the leading position. So yeah, I could say that ki every superhero or not a superhero, every person has a power, has a kind of like a some really downsides of fulfilling that responsibility. Okay, yeah. The only person who is kind of like a something really very cool with power is that key, like I don't know, like there is a lot of things. Okay, like if you have a power, that means you have a responsibility, and that's what you have to fulfill that responsibility. Yeah, that's the world works. All right. Yeah, next question. uh what word is a lot of fun to say? What word is lot of fun to say? Fun to say, yeah. I said okay, So fun to say means like that ki which word you actually like to say a lot. I think that ki laudia. uh, what is lauda? Lauda is a kind of like a something really gali or shiva. I don't know the English word for that. So from the like I don't know, this is, I love this word. Okay, and this is kind of like a something really very offensive word. Okay, you shouldn't supposed to use this word in front of your parents, in front of, no, you should supposed to, you can only use this word with your friend and very close friend. Yeah, not only just kind of like a something normal friend, very close friend. Then you could use that kind of like a something really louder word. Okay, because, and it's kind of like a something really very feel really good. Okay, feel really good and really fun to say. So from my point of perspective, louder is a word that I could really fun to say. Yeah. Next question. What current trend do you hope will go on for a long time? Current trend, okay. So have you following any trend? Well, I don't know. Okay, yeah, I like basically it's this thing ki trending means doesn't means like that ki like basically what is actually trending. Okay, like what is actually song is trending, or what is actually the music, or what is actually the, I don't know, fashion is trending. It's like basically is this thing ki I'm not relatable with that thing. Okay, like what is actually the fashion is trending? Like do I am actually relatable? Like I'm actually following the trend. I don't know. Like maybe I'm not. Okay, because like I'm not really interested in fashion, but I like to wear clothes. Okay, yeah, that is really good. But somehow not trending is not just kind of like a something really like that key. I could follow the trend. Like everyone is following trend, but they don't really knew it. Okay, that's the factor that key trending is happened, but you don't really knew it. Let me example that if you're not following the trend, then you should supposed to be wearing dhoti and pajama, that you are like your appaji is actually wearing almost like a 50 year ago or 100 year ago, but still you are using kind of like a something like cargo and t-shirt. Why you are using this thing? Because it looks cool na. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that is most important thing. Okay, because of that now everyone is following the trend, but they don't really knew that ki they are actually in that trend. Okay, or they are following the trend, and that's the real beauty of it. Okay, because of that ki, like if would say that ki, I didn't really watch any kind of like a something very trending movie, but you are watching a trending movie. Okay, yeah, you don't really knew it, but you are watching because as a kind of like a something like human has a very kind of like a thing that you should some like FOMO, like a human has a FOMO. FOMO means like that, fear of missing out. Fear of missing out means like that ki we actually kind of like a something really in fear that ki might be we could miss out that particular thing. Okay, like a watching a latest movie, or wearing something clothes that I wanted to wear, or kind of like a having a some sort of smartphone which is kind of like something really very good. It's kind of like a something really that ki we have that kind of like something really FOMO. We have that kind of like a FOMO syndrome. Because of that we are actually following the trending. Okay, but we don't knew it. Yeah. Okay. So basically, is the thing that trending is meant like if you are like if you think that trending is kind of like a something will happen in the Instagram or social media. No, trending is actually happen in the human life, but it takes so much amount of time. It takes time that you don't really understand. Like it happens so smoothly that you don't really knew that you are using you are actually in that trend right now in right now in 2024. Then in this 2024 there is a latest smartphone is released, is iPhone 15, and everyone wants to buy iPhone 15. Why? Because it's the latest phone. Okay, people are buy this phone because of that fear of missing out. Might be they will not get that phone again. So yeah, and they already knew that next year iPhone 16 will be released, and next year iPhone 17 will be released, and next year iPhone 18 will be released. Every year they actually release their new smartphone. Okay, but still we just kind of like a wanted to buy latest smartphone every year. Even if our smartphone is not dead, but still we wanted to buy that thing because as a human has a FOMO syndrome, that fear of missing out. Okay, same thing happened with the clothes, same thing happened with your shoes, song choices, music, movies, way that you live, way that you drive the car. Yeah, it's really important. Okay, like basically 20 साल पहले people are wanted to buy sedan, but right now you are driving a SUV. Okay, so this is kind of like a something really and it's not wrong, by the way. It's not wrong because in the end it's kind of like a for the meant for the best for human to be kind of like a little bit of upgraded. Okay, क्योंकि हम अपने like we just want to be look little bit of upgraded, that ki we have this, we have that, we have this smartphone, we have this meant to be feel that कि हम इस दुनिया के साथ चलते हैं. Okay, so if we say that ki I don't really follow any trending, that is wrong, because entire world in the every people from the world is actually following the trend. Okay, the only people who is not following the trend is the people who is actually kind of like a focus on some certain thing. Okay, like monk. Okay, like monk, they are not kind of like a something really very trendy person. They have a very specific type of uniform. They didn't really use any smartphone. They didn't really kind of like a do any kind of like a something really, no, they actually focus on their old technique things that they are doing for almost like a couple of hundreds year ago, and they are still doing this thing because they believe in that particular process. Okay, and for that believing process required time, required kind of like a something really patience, as a normal people doesn't really have that much patience. Okay, so I could say that ki the monk people doesn't really follow the trend, and that could be a true, but the normal people is following the trend, even if they are say they are not following trend, but they are. Yes, so this is it. All right, so I am been recording almost like half an hour. That is really good. The question was really incredible, by the way. All right, so this is it. My question was 116 maybe. All right, thank you.